Hey there, and welcome back to the Second Lunch Podcast. I saw somebody in a student driving car in Seattle when I was here, and I could not think of anything more terrifying than having to learn how to drive in Seattle.
The thing is, though, a lot of the time, that's a bullshitter. It's like, oh, student driver driving.
No, this had the thing on top of the car.
Oh, shit, all right.
It was
Okay, when
911
you're right.
student driving, which I thought was kind of a funny name, too.
That's fair. Okay, that is a genuine student driver. I mean, if you're going to live here, trial by fire. It's not going to help to learn to drive in the flat Midwest,
It still stresses me out to come into the city sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes. I remember the first couple times I drove into the city, though, it was like I was white knuckling it the whole way.
Yeah, when you get down by Pike Place Market on a particularly, or like the waterfront, you're just like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
This is a zoo.
I don't know if it would be more stressful to be learning how to drive in Seattle or having to teach somebody how to drive in Seattle.
That's got to be, the people that are driver instructors have to have some serious cardiac medicine.
Yeah.
I would be dead in a week.
Yeah,
There's
you have
no
a lot
way.
of faith, and I mean, because
Or just no
the
faith,
reason
and you're like, fucking nihilist,
this is how I
bro.
go. This is how I go.
Well.
Yeah, I was thinking, because I was stuck behind this car for a little while. Like, when you're learning how to drive, you don't have that urgency of when somebody's behind you. Old people lose it at some point.
Yeah.
As well, but where you'll have your blinker on forever, sitting there.
Yeah.
Just waiting.
Yeah, waiting to take a right at a red light when no one's there, and it's like, you can do it.
Yeah, Uber drivers are the other ones who just like, I'm gonna put on my hazards any fucking place, and
Yeah,
you can work around me.
that's why, like, I respect the shit out of cab drivers. You guys are, I'm
Yeah.
pro-union, but also just no respect on the road. You guys have done the zaniest shit I've ever seen in my life. Like, I'm not gonna trying to do anything rude or dangerous, but like, yeah, I don't need to deal
Most
with
of
that.
the time, there's nobody there to enforce the rules. So what really are?
That's what they're telling. I mean, that's their behavior is telling me that too. Some of the crazy shit I see at the airport taxis.
Yeah,
But
I've zoomed down a couple one ways the wrong way, and when I was driving Uber, and a couple U-turns I shouldn't have done.
yeah, for sure.
I knew it was faster. They always appreciate it. The people in the car always appreciate it, as long as nothing happens, obviously. I had one lady offer me Coke one time after I'd pulled some particular... I declined.
Yeah, that's a hell of a
Pretty
tip.
generous offer.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I remember. I'll just pretend this happened to my friends for sake of my job potentially. But did I ever tell you about the water for cocaine microeconomy at Sasquatch?
Maybe, actually.
Yeah, Sasquatch Music Festival. Going to be drugs there, and it's hot, and there's also a lot of teenagers who don't always plan ahead super well. So we're at
Being king of the water's a good job to be.
It's exactly what it was, and basically the economic situation had gotten to the point where, or I should really call it the water situation, but where the water we had in our group was worth quite a few key bumps of cocaine. But that's a fleeting microeconomy. You've got to strike while the iron's hot there, because you get back to the campsite, that's water's as worthless as an NFT. This shit's a dime a dozen. But now, in the pit.
Way to capitalize.
Yeah, it's like when a 12-day traffic jam happens in like Beijing and the roadside vendors come out, like, these people gotta eat. So, that's
truly a captive audience.
Right. That's just entrepreneurial spirit.
Yeah.
You bring the hot dog vendor out.
Seahawks won the Super Bowl. Congrats.
Yeah.
Seahawks.
Yeah, super cool.
There was a fantastic halftime show, despite what some people are saying.
I really liked it. I had never listened to Bad Bunny, but I had a good
favorite.
time.
Yeah, it's not my type of music, but it was a great show. It was just objectively a good show.
Yeah. It was like some of the crazier set design I've ever seen, like thrown together.
It was just great energy. It was fun. Didn't understand a word of it. That was my favorite argument. Didn't understand a word for it. Okay, who fucking cares? Like, you can understand music the rest of the time?
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know half of the Journey songs I sing along to. That's when you go...
You're just trying to match notes a little bit. Trying to...
Living in a lonely world.
Yeah, right. I mean, and at least to Steve Perry's credit, that guy enunciates, and those are pretty clean records. Like, there are a lot of singers where you're not... Nirvana fans in the house,
I haven't understood a rap song in a decade.
Yeah, I don't know probably 80% of the lyrics to the songs that I listen to, and it's partially my own attention, but it's also partially like I can't understand what these fucking guys are saying.
You just confronted me with something that I hadn't really thought of. I listen to like heavy metal 90% of the time.
Yeah.
I don't understand I don't understand what they're screaming about, but I'm like, this fucking rules.
Yeah, feel the energy, right? Works with the song. See, that's where I'm at. Like, for like whether it's rap. I mean, don't get me wrong. Some of the old Wu-Tang and Outkast albums, like I know those ones quite well, but it's like the voice is just another instrument. So
yes,
if it's really brilliant lyrically, okay. But you know, to the same end, I'm not a big Bob Dylan fan. Like, sure, I understand lyrics, whatever. That's not why I come to the show.
Yeah,
so. It's just never done it for me.
My other favorite thing was the people who are like, I didn't understand it, but the lyrics were so raunchy. Which was it? Did you understand it or not? Because it sounds to me like you definitely didn't go look it up because none of them were.
Is there a word in Spanish that in English just sounds like butt fucking or something? No, butt fucking is actually like what you would call, like a cobbler,
Yeah.
I don't know, but I'm just trying to imagine, what you thought you heard.
Yeah. If he's talking about chicken, maybe cock. No, that's the French. Yeah. It's the French, right?
Yeah. Coquavine or whatever. Yeah. See, this is, I thought that just understanding music in general was absurd, but also the fact that it's a live performance, which adds another element of how many live shows. I've been going to concerts. I mean, I'm a little old now, but I used to go to 10 a year. I cannot tell you how many fucking times the sound quality did not. I actually would have been able to understand Bad Bunny if I spoke Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a fucking idiot, so I don't. But that's
apparently it was actually difficult for a lot of just regular
Spanish
speakers because he used a lot of Puerto Rican specific slang.
Oh yeah, because it turns out language is interesting. And
again, who fucking cares? This is the thing I don't get why people are getting so worked up about.
I mean,
it.
didn't we
It
talk
was good.
Didn't we talk about big old words on this show? How many people that are complaining about this would listen to some of the sentences on this show?
Cole, I don't understand half of what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. But he's white, but he feels liberal. I don't know. I'm getting confused.
I don't understand it, so I'm offended.
He's white, but he doesn't seem like the right kind. And I'm getting riled up.
What is the most dangerous animal attack you think you could survive?
Well, I guess bees are relative.
I'm not positive. How many bees?
Yeah, that's true.
As soon as you made it plural, I had some doubts.
See, this is a really interesting question because there are some things that are deceptively will fuck you up, and I don't even mean poisonous stuff like certain birds, like a turkey or a cassowary, like can fucking fuck you up. Those are some sharp talons. But then
kangaroos, you'd think they got a cuddly little pouch, they'd be nice. No, I'll eviscerate you.
Exactly. Like I know that whatever I'm gonna say, there's gonna be like that kills like six people a year. You sure about that? Like I was gonna say like, oh, I could probably get away with getting like kicked by a deer, like fucking mashed by a fucking antler by a deer, but it gets you wrong because a moose will kill your ass. But a moose weighs like 1,500 pounds. A deer, I don't know. I watch, it just goes right into the jugular, just instant fucking death. That's a good one. Do you have one?
Badger.
Oh, badger.
I saw Moose going after one of his toys one time because all this time I was like, if Moose ever does anything to Kendall, I'm just going to drown him in a bathtub. Like,
well, yeah, I mean,
that's what happens next. I'm like, I could take him. I could fucking take him. I saw him really fucking up one of his toys. And I was like, oh shit, I don't know. So I was like, well, it's got to be smaller than Moose at least.
Can't fight this dog.
If I kicked him, I don't even think all 4 of his feet would come off the ground.
Now I've riled him up. It's like when you hit the Undertaker. Now he's just angry.
Yeah.
Now he's just cagey.
I think Badger. I think I could at least fend it off and get away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But much bigger or teethier than that. I don't know.
No, I don't want to mess with anything that's
possum, raccoon, things kind of in that area. I'm like, I think I could probably handle it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm not too concerned with the. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure they could injure the shit out of me, but you said survive. Like,
yes.
Yeah, I think survive. Whereas, like, you get into the black bear realm. It's like, yeah, you can survive. You want to put your money on that? No, not me.
Black bears are so funny because they're so scared.
Yeah, they don't want
because we're like
business.
Ooh, that's a bear, and every time I see one, I'm afraid. But you remember Barney, my parents' dog?
Yeah,
he was just a stupid little Shih Tzu.
Yeah,
and one time there was a black bear in their driveway. back when they lived at their old house. We lived kind of in the woods,
Yeah.
and there's black bear in the driveway, maybe 50 yards off. Barney didn't even think about it. Took off after this bear, just going nuts. That thing was petrified. Just barreled into the woods, fell down a cliff, just took off.
Yeah. Just was
He's like, I want nothing to do with that.
I was looking for literally fish and berries.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
I really did not want, I didn't want to work for any food today. I was going to pick shit up out of the water. This
I was
is way
only
too
going to
much.
get the fish that jumped right into my mouth.
Yeah, that's. I'm going back to bed.
Yeah.
This is all too much.
In fact, I'm going to sleep for a couple months. This is some bullshit. Okie dokie. I finally watched Gladiator.
Oh yeah, it's a
We
good
might
one.
need to do a thing on this show because I don't watch movies.
Yeah,
But I'm like,
I'm
now there's so many references to things that I'm like, everybody's seen it. I'm like, yeah, I've totally seen Pulp Fiction. Just could you run through the plot for me so I
you,
know which part you're talking about?
yeah, can you hit all the high points in
Yeah.
order?
Who was in that?
Yeah.
So I've been like, all right. When I get drunk enough that I've been watching a ton of Roman Empire shit, but there comes a point if you're having enough beer where you're just like, all right, this isn't sticking.
Yeah.
I'm not
You're not
retaining all of this.
No.
Let's throw on something I can just kind of mindlessly.
Big
So
Lebowski.
I finally watched Gladiator.
Yeah.
And I fucking hate period cinema, dude. It drives me nuts because I'm like, I want subtitles that tell me what the fuck they're actually saying because they're using language and words that I'm just like, what the fuck does that even mean? Like, am I supposed to read between the lines? Am I stupid? Do I really just not understand what the fuck they're saying? Is it supposed to be like that? Like, I don't know. It feels like somebody's like, I'm not in on the joke. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I cannot stand period language. I wish let's do the whole thing, but let's talk like people talk.
It's so fucking tacky when you do that, though. It's the fucking worst, man. I know it sounds good, but it's so bad.
Right.
It's so bad to
Right.
have people who speak like me.
It just turns into
wearing-
Monty Python.
Yeah, like wearing the garb of the time, and it's so fucking bad, man. Like, I will say, like, there can be some really like fun things that come out of it, but like, I'll give you an example that's in reverse that will piss you off even more, but you'll understand what the problem is. Baz Luhrmann years ago did Romeo and Juliet modern reimagining. Did not modernize the language. So he took like John Leguizamo. They had a gunfight in a gas station to open the film, but it's still, written in iambic pentameter and all that
That's
stuff.
so fucking stupid.
Yeah. So
God damn it, I would have walked out.
I was in my freshman English. This came out in like 97, so I didn't know it existed until I was a freshman in high school, and my teacher played it way too much. Is there any other Shakespeare anything we can watch? Holy shit.
I'm sorry, but this is genius.
It's,
This story's never been reimagined.
instead of swords, they have guns. Whoa. Oh
The
my
stakes
God.
are so much higher with guns.
You
though.
should have told me to buy mind insurance before my mind got fucking blown, man. Holy shit.
Somebody's going to start selling mind insurance.
They had one weapon instead of another. Oh my God.
Try shooting a sword. Cole.
Like, I think Christopher Nolan's doing, the Odyssey, Homer's Odyssey. 10-year voyage across the sea, modern reimagining. He's in a fighter pilot. He's in a jet. Why is he gone for 10 years? We'll figure it out. It's in
I was
modern
gonna
times.
say, that's a lot of gas. I'm already poking holes in this. No
No,
way. Put him on a boat.
No. He's got to get the plane has to crash somewhere like
Oh, I
terrible,
see.
like
I
the
see.
Pitcairn Islands or something like that.
Yeah,
It's-
yeah, okay. But it's just in the sky the whole time, like those birds that never land their entire life.
just constantly. Yeah. Anyways, I'm getting us off base here, but I understand where you're coming from, and there are a lot of things that I definitely do not like to watch that are like period pieces. But yeah,
I was able to fill. I'm just not that smart. Like, I'm intelligent enough to like usually fill in the blanks, like read between the lines a little bit.
That guy's Russell Crowe.
What? But yeah, I mean, if I didn't already kind of know about, you know what, another thing, this is a little off topic.
Yeah.
You know what gladiators actually look like?
Well, I thought they varied quite a bit in terms
They
of like
looked
the
more
weapons
like
they got.
Me. They
Oh.
were all fat. One of the main things, because it protected your innards.
Yeah.
And one of the main things, like if you look at the orders that I can't remember what they're called now, but the places that train gladiators, you look at their orders, one of the main things that in high amounts was beer that they were giving these guys to, protect themselves. That's why I do it.
Word.
That's why I do it.
Yeah. In case
That's why I drink all this beers, to
Yeah.
protect my innards.
Yeah, for when you get drafted into the. I mean, it doesn't seem that far off that we could be fighting for a can of green beans or something. Okay. What do we got next, Chris? We got.
Oh, yeah. Places called blank falls. Have you noticed there's never fucking falls there?
It's
Ever. Klamath Falls, any fucking place falls. It's always the Idaho Falls. Oh, Christ.
See,
It's never a nice place either. Falls makes it sound like, oh, yeah, Sioux Falls.
no, that's what you want to be doing.
Sounds beautiful. Somebody push me off this building.
Can I take a dive?
Yeah.
See, I feel like, is it Twin Falls? I feel like there is an actual, but it could be an exception to prove the rule.
Oh,
Like,
sure,
yeah.
exactly. I think everybody else piggybacked on it. They're like, wait, all those people go there. All they did was they put falls in the name. People are like, let's go check it out.
That's a really good way to like gold rush, because I mean, historically, any civilized society, you start your civilization next to a river, get your running water. Now I'm kind of
So you're saying they should have called Seattle Gold Here, Adel?
well, I'm saying like naturally. Yeah, basically, like, because I mean, what are you gonna do? You're gonna check out fucking satellite pictures in the year 1814? No, somebody tells you that it's fucking whatever falls, you're like, I bet there's water. Well, shit, I'm here now. Better buy a place in town. See, you've been got.
Tell you what, it still works. Somebody tells me there's beer someplace, I'll go check it out. I'm not going to look it up first. So
Beer Falls. It's just the worst fucking gulch you've ever been in. This is a nightmare, and they totally got me.
Sounds like a great bar name, actually.
That is like the mouse falling for the cheese type cliche.
Beer Falls sounds beautiful.
I walk in and the door closes behind me like it's a mafia hit, and I realize, can I say a prayer first? Because I realize that they got me with the Beer Falls, and I'm about to go down for a big one. Have you ever seen the movie Blow, when Johnny Depp gets arrested the last time? Kind of like that. Okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
This is. This could very quickly turn into a bummer. So I'm gonna say.
Yeah, let's try it.
I'm gonna say, for starters, we will not mention Aaron Rodgers for this question.
Yeah,
it's implied. Whose talent can you recognize most and still hate? Where you're like, wow, that person's brilliant. Fuck, I hate him. Me, it's Michael Jackson.
Yeah, that's a valid one. See, I was gonna say let's wait for the rest of the Epstein files to come out. My boy Noam Chomsky was in there. I can't wear that shirt no more. Okay, I will say just a couple that like come to mind that are like truly, generational type talents. Not just a great player, but truly like an inner circle Hall of Famer. Dude, Kevin Durant, for a guy that has never like committed any crimes, like he seems like the most miserable sack of shit I've ever seen.
Did you see
this
they
level of
just
fame.
confirmed one of his burners? He's like super critical of his teammates at the time.
Who is this guy? That's
the worst part.
I don't know what to say anymore about like.
There's been tons of assholes in sports that I kind of liked. Charles Barkley, Kevin Garnett. I really like Kevin Garnett. But you know what? They never hid behind anonymity.
Right.
If they had a problem with somebody, they said it, and I can respect that way more than I'm making a burner Twitter account and going.
Yeah, and I mean, even like, I totally understand where you're coming from. My dad used to tell me that one of the times he saw, when we moved here, he went to a Sonics game and they were playing the Suns, and Barkley knew when the cameras were on him and flipped off the crowd like 14 times and just got everybody just so riled up against him. But like that guy owned it. I'm not a role model, and now people, kind of love him.
Yeah.
And like being, and I don't mean this in a villainous way, but even being like standoffish can be like endearing. Like people here love Marshawn, but that attitude of like, I'm not answering your question, like becomes endearing because that's really who the guy is. So there's something to that. But I think that if really who you are is a guy that wants to like bitch with people on the internet forever, under Devin Currant or whatever you've got, you know, because when was the first time he had this happen? It was like over 10 years ago. Like this has been happening for a long. He keeps
getting busted for burners.
Yeah, because the first time he posted from the burner or from his own account talking in the third person, where it was like, I think Kevin Durant is great, posted by Kevin Durant. And people were like, what the fuck? And then figured out which burner was his. But I mean, like Elon Musk also does that, which I think it's kind of the type of person I associate with the conduct.
Unimpeachable good guy, Elon Musk. Fuck. Jesus.
But all of this said, I've spent so much time talking trash. Kevin Durant, still one of like the 2 or 3 purest scorers I've ever seen, and maybe the single most versatile scorer I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like I didn't live through Jordan, but just his ability to, with his length and his speed, which is diminishing, and his 3-point, it's like, if it's one-on-one at the top of the 3-point, like how do you know where he's going when he's at his peak? I thought he was really, quite bad. And to that end, James Harden. I hate him for different reasons, but it's more the style of play. But you look at some of those numbers and you remember some of those seasons. It's like, that was pretty crazy for a couple years.
If you take away the gimme jumping into foul free throw points, still put up really good numbers.
Exactly. We both agree that was a garbage way to play, but also Cat can shoot some 3-pointers, man. And he can dish the ball. But yeah, not my fella.
Not my cup of tea.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and I feel like with athletes, the last one I'll say is McGregor. I've never hated anybody more as an athlete. Mentioned how much I hated him in my wedding vows. Pretty remarkable stuff. And
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, absolutely, I did. But I also recognize that at his peak,
that is beautiful hatred. Truly romantic hatred.
But yeah, he at his peak, one of the 2 or 3 best range fighters I ever saw. Best in UFC, not including boxing, kickboxing, but yeah. Anyways, who I know I've been sucking the air out of the room on this one. Who do you got? Who's your big?
Oh, mine was just a child rapist.
That's just you didn't want to go with Mr. Darkness Retreat himself.
That's why I ruled him out. I can only go to the Aaron Rodgers well so many times on this show.
Yeah.
Fuck, I hate that guy. Everything about Aaron Rodgers. If I could redo my wedding vows, how much I hate him would be in it too. My love for you is as great as my hate for Aaron Rodgers.
She sheds a tear. My God. It's a beautiful thing.
I didn't realize you really felt that way. All right, headlines. Let's get educated. Florida man arrested for riding alligator through Wendy's drive-thru, demanding chicken nuggets.
What's the crime?
Hey, I never said there was crime.
He was arrested, though. What is the crime? Oh, man, he looks all fucked up. This guy looks like he's been railing niacin. He is so red.
That's a particularly red man. Yeah, redder than I've ever even been on this show.
That's incredible.
That man needed some sunscreen.
Yeah.
Big time. Especially...
Well, that's dermatitis, my friend.
Considering the tint of his beard, he had to know he needed sunscreen. Riding alligator...
Your beard is too gray to not know that you need sunscreen.
Riding alligator, I think that's cool. I want to know how he made the alligator do fucking anything. How did he get this thing to go through a Wendy's drive-thru? Promise it some of the nuggets?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, it's possible that the gator was already in line and he was like, dude, you need a car to get through the line. They won't let me just walk through. We'll ride the gator, brother.
Oh, man, that's so funny. I tried walking through a Wendy's drive-thru one time. They were appalled.
I've always wondered what the problem is. I'm sure there are safety concerns.
It's sanity. That's the problem. Somebody who's walking through a drive-thru is clearly not in possession of all their marbles.
But you've got to understand that when you reduce it to drive-through only, that
That's exactly what happened to me.
all manner of normal people have now been cast out with the savages to fend for themselves.
That's what I yelled through the window when I was there. I was like, hey, if I could have been here an hour ago, I'd be in there with you.
Hey, are you suggesting I drunk drive to this Taco Bell? Because I already did it yesterday.
Just make your inside hours the same as your drive-through, for fuck's sakes. This wouldn't be a problem.
Apparently, there's the Taco Bell in Ballard by where I grew up. My brother was telling me that they're open 24 hours on Friday, Saturday, and the dining room is open.
Oh, wow.
For at least past 2 a.m. So apparently it's a happening spot. Probably get some Coke there.
How many water
that
bottles
Uber
you need?
I was going to say, where'd you drop that lady off in the Uber?
Oh man, that is crazy. There's got to be a very small Venn diagram, a very small window of people who are brave enough to work at a place that's open 24 hours in a major city that are also willing to work at a Taco Bell.
Like, just the worst slice of pizza you've ever seen. I mean, have you ever gone to like 24-hour diners late at night or really?
Oh, yeah.
So like, yeah, we may have talked about it on the show before, so stop me if we have. But Beth's Cafe down on Aurora there, which is no longer the full 24 hours, but up until the pandemic, it was 24 hours, 7 days a week for 70 years.
That Pandy took so much from us.
It really did. There's no way that we're going to get any ad money on this. We talked about Epstein and just another foiled episode. No sponsors on this one. But shit, what was I talking about? Best Cafe. If you went at the right time, like after bars close, there'd be times where there's like guys getting ready to go to work overlapping with the most degenerate idiots of all time.
Yeah.
Just the drunkest assholes, and then a guy that's got to work at 4 a.m. trying to get some biscuits and gravy,
Oh, dude, I can tell you're taking your blazer off. I could wear that to work. I'll just take that right off you right now.
Hey, man, what's with the outfit? I gotta fucking work.
So, yeah, I'm most concerned about how he was. I see this guy perched atop this gator. I don't know why in my head he's got reins.
Yeah, he has to.
How else would you steer it?
Yeah, how are you getting to the Wendy's?
How do you steer it out? Is it like a horse where you just kind of click a little bit more on one side?
Yeah, I'd say at best.
That's when you don't have reins, because most of the time when you're atop a horse, even, you have reins.
You don't have reins at best. You're winding up at Carl's Jr. You're not getting to Wendy's.
I love the prospect that this guy was like, I got to get someplace. And he saw a gator and was like, I can ride that.
Clearly a city without lift scooters.
Steal a car.
It's
That has to be easier than riding a fucking gator.
Yeah, and I hate to say it, but having some familiarity with the idea, like, this is visible meth use. This is, let's call this what it is. You're telling me you can't hotwire a car, brother? Come on. Meth heads in my day used to be worth their sand.
Yeah, a Corolla's not going to bite you. There's a lot of stuff, I don't care how fucked up you are on anything, where you should see a gator and be like, well, I don't know.
Yeah, like
maybe not.
Yeah, like normally your fear gauge should,
See, I was thinking bath salts, but he does look like he's a little with it.
Oh yeah, bath salts. Yeah.
It's also Florida, which is why maybe an unfair judgment.
True.
Maybe the gator was fucked up too. Maybe he got the gator.
You think
fucked
they're
up.
in cahoots?
No,
I think
maybe
the gator sold him out. It was his idea, dude. I don't know what to tell you.
Wendy's too. I mean, shoot a little higher. And you're going to Wendy's getting nuggets?
I will say, I've always been a fan of Wendy's because they have the best value menu, but this guy was making demands for what I would assume free food. Threatening with the gator, I would think. I'll sick him on you. I got him by the reins.
He better not have fucking gotten anything, because if I can't walk through and get food and this guy can come through on a gator.
Yeah, gator meth gets all the chicken nuggets and I'm out here.
I wonder if you could go through drive-through on a horse.
Got to be a cop. You got to be a Mountie. Me on a horse? Nah. Where'd you get that horse?
Yeah, dude, you're in a t-shirt. I just something with doors. French hospital evacuated after patient inserts World War I artillery shell in rectum.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I would
People are up
evacuate.
to that. People are getting up to that. People are putting stuff up their butts. We know this.
Yeah, since time immemorial, yeah.
I don't understand the thrill of an explosive.
I mean, the risk, it's got to add something. Joie de vivre.
And when did this person come down? After they came?
It's
They're like, oh shit, I should probably get this looked at. Then you also how'd they even get there?
Yeah, I mean, you've got to just make
Is it worse to walk or take a car? Think about speed bumps.
I'm thinking, put them in the back of a flatbed pickup truck and pray to God.
Yeah, wear a helmet if you're the driver. Yeah, I don't understand. Also, I don't think you could pay me enough as a surgeon to fuck with any of that.
Yeah, I mean, surgeons do get paid a lot.
We're gonna need more for this one.
That's this guy. He owes an extra $100.
$100. Oh yeah, it is in France.
I will say that, is there not something? I mean, don't get me wrong. That's a pretty inviting girth for inserting into a rectum. But did you not have a baseball bat or something similar? Oh, it's France.
Baseball.
It's I didn't see them in the World Baseball Classic last time. So yeah, that's
Dunn's cap. I don't know. What would the French have?
Well, also, what happened to Astroglide? I mean, this thing looks like it's copper. You've got to know that that's going to stick.
I'm not saying I've never put anything in my butt.
Yeah.
But that is a leap. Where on the scale is that, do you think?
Well,
what do you put up there first before you're no longer getting the thrill?
Well, it's like gauging your ears. You're not going to start with the biggest fucking, you got to work your way up. You
need to work the consequences up.
Yeah, you got to play single A baseball before you get to the major fucking leagues of a fucking piece of artillery up your ass. Yeah, you got to.
Also, it means this person just had it on hand.
I would say summer sausage is probably
we don't know any.
somewhere. I mean, that's, if it feels like more than 2 fingers, it's probably a dick.
Or artillery.
Or an artillery.
Yeah. So this person is either a World War I fanatic of some kind to just have that. Somebody they had it though. That's the thing. Again, very small Venn diagram of people who want to put something up their ass and also have World War I artillery. And they're like, oh shit.
Okay, so I guess that's my question. You think that this is something that dude had for years? Like this was his go-to? This is trusty dusty?
I think he was sitting at his desk, got a little horny, started looking around the office and went,
I think he was out with some metal detector friends. He said, boys, I'd like to take this one home. And
I was thinking he's just out looking specifically for things to go up his butt. That's the only reason.
He's finding diamond rings and is like, what am I going to do with that? It's going to go in there like a fucking hot dog down a fucking well.
Orcas have resumed wearing dead salmon as hats. I fucking hate orcas, dude. We've been over this before. I hate them with a burning passion. It's behavior not observed since the 1980s. There's no reason.
You're saying it's a fad?
Where's PETA?
You're saying
where the fuck is PETA when you need them?
It's back like fucking synth pop in the mall or something?
Yeah. It went away for decades.
Yeah. The grunge will kill that
They're
shit
trying to
off
figure out why it came back. They still aren't positive. They have a couple theories.
Yeah.
One, it's them being playful. Oh, murder. Very playful.
Yeah.
Really fun stuff. Playing with your food. Ugh. Disgusting. Eat it. Eat your fucking food. It drives me nuts.
Yeah, but think about it. They don't have TV. They can't. They're not Packers fans.
Dude, let's put some dead stuff on her head.
I mean, what are your options?
Find some artillery.
Yeah, right. Show me that blowhole. Fucking loosen up.
The picture's admittedly pretty funny. As much as I hate orcas, it's pretty funny.
It is funny how intact that dead fish is. It looks like a fucking Billy Big Mouth bass got thrown on top of it.
They think maybe another potential explanation is it's like a weird flex. Or, ooh, look at all the food I have.
True.
They also said it may be the food storage. Like they're just saving it for later atop their noggin because it's easier than under the fin.
Yeah, they don't have that many I assume they don't have a house
Or pockets.
or a fridge. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got to
Put
do
it
what you got to
between
do.
your teeth and your cheek.
Just put it into your stomach. You're enormous. You'll be fine.
Just digest it later.
You'll find another fucking fish, I bet.
Speaking of food, this isn't a headline, but it is a tweet that I saw that made me eternally happy. I'll never forget this. It will be referenced. Everybody who's listening to the show, this will be referenced many times. During Mike McCarthy's Steelers intro photo shoot, he reportedly kept stopping the photographers to ask if the helmets were secretly cake. Mike wanted it to be cake so bad, dude. Or he's got some serious cake paranoia, because this guy lost his marbles when the Packers fired him. He still lived in Green Bay for a little while afterwards. And a couple months after, he was at his stepson's basketball game and was ejected for arguing with the ref, and was apparently abusive enough to the referee that he was asked not to come back to any more basketball games in the county.
I do like the idea that in Wisconsin they don't ban you, they ask you not to come back. Like, that's the phrasing. It's like a polite, like, you went too far, bud.
Stay home, have a couple beers.
I love Mike. I'll always have some love for Mike, but also you look at Mike, that goofy face. I remember my buddy Sean telling me, like, he is a better coach than he gets credit for, but when things go wrong, he has the dumbest fucking look on his face in the fucking world.
Well, it's because he's got a wonky eye, so he's looking in two directions.
Okay, I'm not trying to be.
I'm
not trying to be shitty.
I always
but
said it was because he's looking at two menus.
See, when you look at it, he always had just the slightly befuddled, just what happened.
Something happened to that guy, man, because for the first, I don't know, decade of his career, right? What was his first year? 2005?
Yeah, I thought 06, but
I would say like 2015 is when I was like, I don't even recognize what this guy's doing anymore.
Yeah, it was
like,
probably the NFC title game.
I used to think, the Seahawks broke his brain. That's what I've always said. I do think that's what happened. But he was a genius coach before that.
Yeah.
An outstanding play caller. And after that, I was just like, I don't even like recognize this.
Yeah.
Something happened. Yeah, that's what it was. No, you've nailed it.
Probably.
The
I mean,
Seahawks
if there's a single
made Mike McCarthy afraid of cake.
I was gonna say, like, when you said it had gone too far, like, was he driving, got in an accident, and the whole thing exploded with cake, and he's like, guys, I could have been really fucking hurt there.
I think he just wanted it to be cake.
That's like, by the third time, it's like, I think he's just implying that he'd really like us to get him cake. This is cake, right, guys? This is cake, right?
It's kind of like wanting those trick candles that never go out, and then not getting them.
Man, have you guys ever seen those trick candles? Yeah, you mentioned that a few times. Yeah,
that'd been really cool.
Anyway, next year, right? Next year. I mean, hope I'm still around, right?
Yeah.
Hope I'm still around.
You're still kind of eyeing the candles. Are they coming back? Okie dokie. Are you? We're gonna do When in Rome. This is a very fast one. It's
Yep.
Very, very simple. But are you familiar with pouring one out for the homies?
I am not. I mean, I'm familiar with. Yeah, I've done it a couple times, but
there is an ancient, I believe, Egyptian. The Greeks, Romans, and Egyptians all did it. Called libations, where they would pour out a little bit of their drink before taking a sip to honor the dead folks.
well, that's nice.
So pouring one out for the homies has been happening for like 3,000 years.
That's pretty cool too, because I feel like, when we did it in high school, a couple people we knew passed, we usually had a 40 ounce, that's like kind of the classic. And I was wondering, if it's a historical thing, like, were they pouring out something nicer, cognac? And I know that with the Romans, it was just lead wine. And so, in terms of poison, I feel like we were operating on a similar plane. I don't know what kills you faster.
They were only pouring the poison out so they wouldn't also be dead.
Yeah, it floats to the top. I remember reading that Daryl McDaniels of Run DMC drank 10 40s a day at the peak of his alcoholism, which I think...
That's impossible.
I don't think it's impossible, but it's very impressive. It's very impressive.
Of what?
The malt liquor, I'm guessing. But no, you get boozed up enough. I mean, there's people that drink
That's crazy.
up to a gallon. Like the alcoholic content, I don't think. The volume, yes, I can understand your disbelief for a volume.
Well, especially if it's malt liquor.
But if you're a real hardcore alcoholic, I do think from a
God
alcohol
damn.
perspective, that seems pretty digestible.
I would say especially if it's malt liquor, because then you're getting all the like shitty bullshit of beer
Yeah.
in the crazy alcohol content of like more than an IPA.
And it's a bunch
Generally.
of and it's unlike an IPA, it's going to be poorly. It's like a lot of methanol, like when you
No.
drink real bad,
Oh my God.
you drink the gnarly like
That's the type of thing that
3-star vodka or something,
Yeah.
it's like,
that's one of those ones where it's like you get to the end of it and you're like, why am I sweating?
Yeah.
Oof.
yeah, like don't get me wrong, I occasionally overindulge, but it's so rare that I even get a headache. When I was in high school, and don't get me wrong, there was more overindulging, but so many just raucous headaches and the hangovers. Like, well, you drank juice, which was
Yeah.
pure syrup and the worst malt liquor ever made.
I also can't prove this. So everybody trust this implicitly. Coors Light, Bud Light, basically every light beer except for Busch Light. Headache fuel. Will absolutely give you a headache after 4. But Busch Light I can drink forever. Don't get that headache. But all the other ones,
I wonder if that's why the Wazoo kids buy it so hard.
it's pretty good.
Because they sold like 5% of the volume of Busch Light in the country. And
No shit.
something like
At
that.
one
point.
school?
Yeah.
Oh fuck, that's so sick.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, that was the urban legend. I don't know that but I do know that it was a significant portion. That was the beer to drink in Pullman.
Hell yeah, Busch.
But no, I'm sure it's not very good stuff.
Okay, Cole. Gucci or greasy? Wearing different socks at the same time.
Having grown up in some economic difficulties, I'm not gonna. But if you have any opportunity to not do that, it is greasy. If you are forced into that position,
Yeah.
I understand. You get a pass.
Happened to me last week. I woke up one day. Oh, I'm out of socks. It was
Yeah.
a combination of laundry and having to throw them out. But
Yeah.
Here I was with 2 different socks, not yet willing to do the laundry.
I can't. I can't remember the circumstance in full. It was so long ago. We were fishing in Alaska, and it was not ideal, but I had to shit and nowhere to shit.
Sorry, I didn't.
No,
I
it's
didn't
fine.
expect that at
No,
all.
I mean that's the reality of it. It is funny. But I'm like 11 or 12, and it's like, you either don't wipe, which would be insane, or you wipe with a shirt, or you wipe with a sock or something. Like something's got to go forever, and I'm usually going to go with socks. And so, yeah, I'm one of them socks was gone. And then you got an odd sock, and that's how
So you were one sock man for the rest of the day, huh?
What happened to him? Took a shit. What happened to the sock? Ask him.
I think you can do the math. I wouldn't even ask. I saw a guy with one sock and be like, oof.
Don't get me wrong, the like wiping with leaves thing, obviously that is a possibility if you got the right foliage. I was not in a zone
Yeah.
where leaves were no.
Yeah. I mean, leaves, talk about something that tears more than toilet paper. Now you're in a
Not-
having to wash your hands situation, too.
Not only that, but like, and don't get me wrong, something to be said about the cleanliness of a sock, but picking up shit off the ground and then putting it into your intestines comes with, I think, some risks. Like, I don't know what's on this leaf. I doubt that I'm going to get any crazy butt exposure from what.
Yeah.
Let's keep it to sock. I can afford a sock later. So,
Well, you don't have to buy leaves, Cole. Yeah, Katie's brother-in-law stresses me the fuck out whenever I see him, and we're like at her mom's house or where they come over, takes his shoes off, always 2 completely fucking different socks. Oh, it is truly offensive. Like it fucks me up. I can't like deal with it. I can't look at it. It's like putting the volume on the TV on like an odd nut, like 23 or something. It's like, oh, I can't, like, somebody has to fix this, make this right. When I had this 2 sock issue, you know what I did? I went directly to Kohl's and I purchased more socks so I could get out of this situation as quickly as possible. This guy, it's not even the same color. He'll wear like a green sock and a red sock, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Is this a bit? See, for like, that's where for me, like I try to match my socks with my shoes and shirt. There are days like I was wearing different shit earlier today, so didn't work out right here. But I'm trying to match my socks to other shit. The idea of having the socks mismatched is inherently fucking my shit up. That's just not gonna fly, man.
Yeah, you feel off all day.
Yeah.
Knowing your left is different from the right. You have to be so dissociated with reality to not even think about it.
Yeah.
It's all I would be able to think about. I'd be thinking about it all day. Sorry. We spent too much time.
No, that's okay. Well, there's also not all socks are the same size, too. Like, not all of mine, that's another factor in the whole equation.
Oh.
Like, you know.
Yeah, you've got a low cut and a...
Yeah. What am I, a fucking pirate? I look like some sort of modern peg leg. So, February 19th, 1985, William J. Schroeder becomes the first recipient of an artificial heart to leave the hospital. In an increasingly stupid and anti-science world, what's the best invention of all time?
Other than pizza rolls.
All right, strong argument.
Other than pizza rolls?
But pizza rolls, you're saying that's better than pizza? Pizza got invented too.
Probably. Yeah, okay. Well, at some point we're evolving.
I'm telling you, man, there's going to be a future where, you know, rolls no longer going to be the operative shape. Pizza trapezoids.
Pizza trapezoids. I was going to say, we've already got pizza triangles out there. That's happening.
It's happening live.
Yeah, and I mean, a calzone's basically pizza.
All right, I'll throw mine out there. I will say I've got a few nominees for this. I do want to talk through this one a little bit because I think there's a few great options. I want to go with the toilet. But I will say, I was getting, and I don't want to make this boring, but I was getting really hemmed up on like the main appliances we use because I was like, toilet, amazing. Refrigerator, phenomenal. Washing machine, dope as fuck. You guys might be my big three. I don't know. But then there's like the car, the plane. I don't know.
Car's a good one.
Do I want to fly anywhere that doesn't have a shitter? I don't know if I do.
Yeah, I'm not going to drive someplace that doesn't have a shitter.
I feel like toilet has
the world revolves around toilet.
Well, I mean, shit, we talked about it.
But what's a toilet
years
without
ago.
plumbing?
Well, there
So
you
is it
go.
Plumbing.
There you go. And that's a very valid indoor plumbing. Very strong argument. Very strong argument. And that one, yeah. So you could use that as sort of like the cloud upon which the toilet is connected. But yeah, toilet. It's a strong one.
I think it's impossible to top. Where are my pizza rolls going to go when I'm done with them?
Just think about any alternative to a toilet in your house that you're able to get the poop out of your house, and just any other version of that sucks.
Well, I wouldn't poop in my house.
Chamber pot sucks. Shitter outside sucks.
I could never. I don't know how people even did. I would have had such a fear of something coming out of there.
See, I've had to do it enough time, but when it's totally cold, and also if you got to shit at like 2 a.m, it's one thing when you're like, ho hum, my day's going normally. It's 11 a.m. I'll walk to the toilet.
Yeah.
It's totally different when you wake up at 2:30 and you're like, I shouldn't have done the 5-star pad thai. Like, gotta like get your fucking coat on because it's 20 degrees outside, so you can just like pour liquid waste. But yeah, not doing that.
Well, that's why they didn't have pad thai in this country.
We waited to invent pad thai until we had the toilets to handle the potential outcome. Okay. All right. February 20th, 2003, and this one is not as funny, but we'll see. Maybe we can make it a laugh. During a Great White concert in West Warwick, Rhode Island, a pyrotechnics display sets the station nightclub ablaze, killing 100 and injuring over 200 others. I never do questions like this about death and sadness, but because of the times we've talked about shows and live music and all that stuff, do you have an active fear of something like this happening at a show or an event that you attend?
It's interesting that you mentioned this specifically because when I was getting my fire science degree, I did an entire project on the station nightclub fire. And there's a lot of fucked up things that happened, including a bouncer
blocking the door
that killed dozens of people. And it unraveled really fast. If you watch the video, which I don't really recommend.
Yeah,
But
it's very, very not cool.
happens really fast.
Yeah, it's like a journalist was covering the show and was filming it, and as soon as he saw the sparks go up, and luckily, for him and a few people in front of him, you see a few people turn around right away. They see the sparks. They haven't even like totally seen anything catch fire. They see some smoke, and they're like,
Nope.
seems bad.
Yeah. So for that reason, I don't ever get close to the stage because you're too boxed in. I always know where the exits are, and I'm usually standing near one. So my auditory experience of a concert isn't always great because I'm near one side's speaker system.
This is why we were pro Bad Bunny. I was basically halfway out the door.
I don't know. This language is spicy. There's going to be a fire.
Muy caliente.
So yeah, that is a big one for me. I legitimately am a guy who stands back or near an exit always. I always know where the exits are.
Yeah,
because
that's fair.
of that.
Yeah, I mean, my brother and I were always at the back of a show just because we're getting older. I can't be on
I'll
that,
let the kids do it.
Yeah, I'm closer to the bar this way anyway.
Yeah.
It'll work out. But it is always in the back of my mind, and to some extent, and been fortunate to not be plagued with a ton of these in the state, at least in the city. But like mass violence at those events too. It's just like, whew. Always keep my head on a swivel at like weird stuff. But don't get me wrong, like at 9 Inch Nails, you're going through all this security and stuff.
Right.
You're like, I feel pretty good. It's more the smaller weird shows where it's like, yeah, there's not really a lot preventing somebody from going bananas.
Yeah.
And there's only so many ways to get out of like the fucking Sunset Tavern in Ballard,
Right.
I'm
a little paranoid. You'd think I'd be worried everything is cake like Mike, but I'm the type of person who, if I'm like at a restaurant or something, I can't have my back to the door. I need to be able to see the door. And same type of deal, like I kind of like to know where the exits are. It's a little bit less that way.
Yeah.
But
I don't do that in restaurants, but I'm always that way with public transit. I have sat on the back of the bus, in the very back seat, since I was 6 years old. Like, nobody getting behind me.
Right.
Nobody doing that.
At least you can see what's coming.
Yeah, exactly. You want to get weird, you can get weird next to me.
Yeah.
We'd be weird together on this seat. How's that sound? We might even have a good time.
Yeah.
Okay. On to sunnier topics. February 21st, 1948. NASCAR is incorporated.
Hell yeah, baby.
What do you like about the old days of racing, and what do you like about modern racing? So this is framed in a positive way. This is framed in a way where it's like giving shout outs to both.
Old racing was cool because there were less rules and people were openly cheating in NASCAR until just look at when Dale stopped winning championships, and that basically answers your questions.
Yeah.
He was good at cheating. It was kind of encouraged. It was like, you got to fit whatever you're doing in these parameters.
Right.
And it was cool. Like
it's creative.
You had definitive champions, which is cool. And before the restrictor plate, you had guys setting speed records like Bill Elliott going 2 billion miles an hour.
Yeah, I still love that car. I still love that red and white. Fucking.
It was also just a little bit dirtier, which is kind of what I like about NASCAR now, opposed to like there's more bumping and grind and contact. Guys getting out of cars and fighting each other on TV.
I mean, isn't that the thing that really made it? Of course, it was gaining popularity, but in the late 70s when Cale Yarborough and his fought the Allison brothers.
Yep.
And they slammed into each other in that cinematic way. They kept slamming into each other, and then I think they both crashed, and of course, like Richard Petty won, and then they were fighting on the fucking.
It was also cool because stock car used to literally mean like a stock.
Yeah, like something you could buy.
You'd go to a car dealership and buy that car, doctor it a little bit to be a race car.
Right.
But yeah.
You had to have it had to be manufactured to a minimum number.
That's why they always said win on Sunday, sell on Monday.
Yeah.
Right. The cars that won the race tended to sell really well the next day. Now I like that there's
I like the level of competition these days.
Yeah. I mean, anybody can win, and they've done things like there's not a point champion anymore, because it used to be like you might be 4 or 5 weeks from the end of the season, you already have your champion.
Yeah, if you've got a Jimmy Johnson at his peak or Jeff Gordon at his peak.
How interesting are these last 4 or 5 races going to be if nothing matters? So they've done things like they added stages, which basically means there's 3 mini races within the one race. It just guarantees a restart so that if you have somebody pulling away, they have to go back into formation and start as a pack again. And then, so it sucks for some people like Denny Hamlin got robbed of a championship because of that last year.
Truncated the space. And...
Yeah. I mean, he was getting to a point where he probably would have been 3-4 laps ahead by the end of the race. And because all the restarts just didn't happen. But
best driver ever to not win it, probably.
Absolutely.
Other than,
I think so.
Or was it Sterling? I'm trying to remember. There's another guy, Mark Martin, that finished 5th, or 2nd 5 times, I think. Yeah, it's got to be the one too.
Yeah, but all you people like me out there, I've alienated all the Republicans that I know on social media. Yeah. So now all the people who used to like my NASCAR posts are not there. So I encourage some of you. The fan base isn't as bad as you think.
I mean, I'm one of the few lefty UFC fans, so I understand how it goes.
Where you hate half the people, but then you're extremely grateful for the other half.
Yeah, I hate like 75%. It's kind of remarkable. I still like the sport. Like might have to hate watch that White House card. Okay. We're fighting for our future. All right. February 22nd, 1819. By the Adams-Onis Treaty, Spain sells Florida to the United States for $5 million. Did we overpay?
Did we keep the receipt?
Yeah. Can we return that?
Oh, yeah. I would pay them $5 million to take it back.
Yeah. Can we pass the hat around?
Jeez. Florida's...
I got 20 on it.
Yeah. People... Yeah. There's states people hate. Florida's top of my list.
Yeah. Florida's a bummer. North Dakota treated me pretty wrong one time I was there.
What could even happen to you in North Dakota?
It wasn't the people's fault necessarily or anything. It was, it actually definitely wasn't their fault. It was an act of God. It was, we drove to Chicago for a music festival when I was 20, saw Odd Future and Guided by Voices and shit. And on the way back, we drove through, we had an option to drive through South or North Dakota. Eventually it's going to connect with.
Pick your poison.
And the GPS was saying North Dakota. We had come through South Dakota to get there. But when we were driving through, it's like, okay, we'll just find a hotel once we get a little tired and it gets a little dark. And pulled into the first one and they're like, we're all booked up. Second one, all booked up. By the third one, we're like, hey, what's going on? Where do we go for a hotel at this point? Because we've been driving a while. They were like, yeah, that national wrestling tournament is here. So you might, and I was like, okay, well,
I was going to say, what are people doing in North Dakota?
Yeah. Can I get another 45 minutes away? And then we found out like at the next hotel that there had been flooding in the state. And so they had actually evacuated an entire town. The entire town filled up the hotels. It was like, it was like 20,000 people or something got evacuated. And so there were like 4 hotel rooms in the state that were like an hour and a half back the other way.
Oh, fuck.
And also we got told about the same 2 rooms or the same 4 rooms by 2 different hotels 20 minutes apart, which says to me they got the same weird bulletin. Those rooms were gone. Mm-hmm. There's 4 in the state and they're gone. So yeah, we slept in
normally we have 6.
We slept in a car in the hotel parking lot in a Civic, like 4 teenage guys or 20-year-old guys. Like, yeah, it was not a very comfortable sleep.
Every time I've ever done that drive, I've planned to not sleep until I got through North Dakota and at least half of Montana.
Or no, you're on the, oh yeah, coming back. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we were not trying to maximize the time. We were not trying to really hit it super hard. Like we left Chicago at like 9 or 10 that day. So, and also Chicago a little further away than the Green Bay stop, but I know sometimes, yeah. So, all right. Last of This Week in History. February 25th, 1956. In his speech on the cult of personality and its consequences, Nikita Khrushchev, leader of the Soviet Union, denounces Stalin. Is it time for the Packers to do the same thing to Brett Favre?
I like he's in the same category as Stalin.
I framed this one very carefully.
Oh man, I've tried for so many years to defend Brett Favre. The thing that's frustrating about him, there's so many frustrating things, actually. I love the way that he played. Kind of reckless abandon, and I don't know, just a lot of hope. I don't know, hope or fuck it. I don't know. It was just incredible to watch. It was so fun as hell to watch. It was sometimes
bold as shit.
Extremely fucking frustrating.
Yeah, but
yeah.
it made for very entertaining football
played with
games.
his dick out, no fear. I like that.
Yeah. So it was fun to watch. Like Andrew Luck games were fun in the same way because it's like 5 touchdown, 3 picks where you're like, dude, the ball is moving.
Yeah.
Every drive, things are happening. Like no 3 and outs.
And then he went to the Vikings on purpose. I've never been angrier at an athlete in my life to that point.
Yeah, that's
and
valid.
I finally got over it. And then the Jen Sturger shit came out. And I was like, whoa, okay. Wow, this guy sucks.
Yeah.
Maybe I can make this work still. Maybe I can roll with it. I'll get over it. Whatever. Athletes do kind of bad things sometimes.
Then you got to process some welfare fraud.
Welfare fraud. Huge Trumper talking about Bad Bunny's halftime show. Like, oh my God, dude. Brett's off the wall in our house. I know you understand.
That's big.
How much that takes. I have a huge Brett Favre canvas that I got 15 years ago, and it's just a really cool picture of him walking out on the Lambeau Field, and that has been on the wall in a major area in the places we've lived since I got it.
Yeah.
And when he said he wasn't going to be watching the halftime show was finally when Brett officially came off the wall.
You can steal from the welfare.
So if anybody needs a Brett Favre canvas, it's quite large. And I'm a motivated seller. I'm trying to move it. Yeah.
Yeah, I know you know this. I don't have my autograph collection. I'm a fight fan, so never collected much football, baseball stuff, but I do have a Brett Favre signed football, and that was from Mike, so I've got to keep it for sentimental reasons, but also that is in a closet.
Yeah.
That one is not out.
I had a couple Brett Favre autographs. I've sold them in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah, reinvesting it on moving out of the country.
All right, Chris, I do think we don't have enough time for if you wanted to try to blaze through, but I don't want to.
I don't think we'll get Diogenes in. It's fine. It's fine if we go under for once.
Yeah.
Alex is always
We'll
very
give Alex
patient
some time.
with us. Thank you guys for watching or listening. I discovered a box of second lunch koozies. We have a lot of those koozies still.
Hell yeah.
If you're interested, reach out to Cole or I or Second Lunch on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. You know the places. Jordan, love you all. Bucks and 6.